In 2023, we moved to a remote Scottish island to be its only two residents, along with our pet sheep and cats, beginning our YouTube journey there by sharing the challenges of such a solitary life in a harsh environment, while restoring an ancient stone cottage and raising livestock. The channel's success grew quickly, establishing an online community who share our love of history and kinship and yearn for a simpler time. Now we've begun a new life in the beating heart of the Highlands, and we invite you to join us as we put down roots in this land of legend, of rich tradition and culture, and incredible landscapes where the past is close at hand. Step back in time with us in this Scottish Isle.
It's quite expensive, isn't it?
Well, these sites are all pretty much kind of the same price. It's slightly cheaper if you book online. But we didn't do that, we just decided to come and...
Well, it's got 5 stars out of 5, the Scottish Tourist Board, but I think they might be a little bit biased.
He liked his trebuchet, did Sir Andrew de Moray. That's
So,
his,
oh, yeah, so he does, yeah.
his own personal trebuchet. He took it everywhere with him, like that.
A bit hefty. So, talking about trebuchets, the trebuchet at Urquhart Castle, best one you'll ever see. Massive, absolutely huge, and they fire lit, I don't know, whatever, balls of whatever, but they fire them down the green in front of the castle. And
you're going to have to think about the marketing on that, you know, lit balls of whatever.
I don't know what they are. What do you light and fire from a trebuchet these days?
John was a piper. He also was into his cups as well. Does a wee dram. Do you think when these great men were alive, they ever thought
They'd end up on like a bogus tapestry, Urquhart Castle?
hanging in the foyer? Caroline.
Talking of trebuchets,
Ouch.
come see the new Superman film. A bit early, it's not out till July.
Hope you're comfortable.
Oh, it's like being at the cinema. I haven't been at the cinema for years. Ask me what the last film I went to see was.
What's the last film that you went to see?
I'll have to wait.
But in the 6th century, St Columba journeyed here to the banks of Loch Ness. This was the land of the Picts, the native people of these highland glens. Columba came to a halt here at Urquhart, where he was inspired to visit a fortress overlooking the loch, on the site of the present castle. It was the home of a Pictish chieftain, Emcheth, who lay close to death. The Irish saint had come here from his island sanctuary of Iona and was on a mission to convert the Picts to Christianity.
So the film ended, the screen went up
The screen went up and then the curtains parted,
to show the castle.
which is
I'm very impressed with that.
it is excellent, isn't it? And everyone that was in here just kind of sat and looked at the castle in awe for a moment.
You're like, oh, we weren't expecting that.
No.
Well, I think this is worth the money, don't you?
Is that a compliment from the Scottish Isle? So still.
That's a bit of a view, isn't it? Now, you know, I was talking to you about the trebuchet at Warwick Castle.
Yes.
See the size of this?
Mm-hmm.
This A-frame that you see is the one at Warwick Castle. The A-frame is the size of the whole trebuchet, just the A-frame. That's how big it is. It is huge. And you have to go. I shouldn't really be talking about Warwick Castle when we're at Urquhart Castle, but it's the most impressive thing about Warwick Castle. See the jetty?
I see it.
Now, I've passed this castle many, many times. Never once did I think about actually coming in. I guess because I was always on my way to somewhere else. What are you looking at?
Nessie. It's very atmospheric out there, isn't it?
Yes, but we've come to look at the castle. We've paid to look at the castle. We can look at the loch for free.
Do you think the Lords of Grant saw Nessie?
No. I think the MacDonald clan did. Are these female pheasants in front of you?
Yes, looks like it.
Do you remember when we had pet pheasants? We had two, didn't we? We tamed them
2 males.
to eat from our hands. I like pheasants. Let's go and have a look at them. I hope they don't run away. Yeah, I could do with having pet pheasants again. Because they used to hang out with the chickens, didn't they?
Yep.
Hey, girls. Cool. Thinks she just got a worm. There's another one.
It's a rock cut moat. There used to be a drawbridge over it. up there, that's known as the citadel. Part of the fortifications of it. And here would have been a drawbridge. And this is the gatehouse. So towards the end of its life as an inhabited building, as an inhabited castle and fort, the Grants got gifted it and they were charged with making it habitable again in the 1500s. They had it for a really long time. They kept getting besieged by the MacDonalds of the Isles. But when they eventually left it in 1692, they decided they were going to blow it up behind them because they didn't want anybody else to reside in it, which is not the only Scottish castle that has a history like that. There are other Scottish castles that have been deliberately blown up. But this is the gatehouse where they put scores of kegs of gunpowder, lit the fuse and left for the final time, blowing it up behind them. And there's a prison cell in here. Double gate. This was where the portcullis was. The big iron spiky gate would have dropped down here in case they were besieged, and above Scott is what's known as the murder hole. Most Scottish keeps have these, if not all keeps and castles in Britain. And this is where, if somebody did get through the portcullis, they would be murdered in a horrible way with some burning hot oil or something like that. Lovely. Here's the prison cell and the guard room. The porter, the guard for the gate, would have hung out in here quite a lot. And there is a prison cell, if you go and have a look in there.
That made me jump. I didn't expect to see him in there. And that bit was quite funny, it made me laugh. He's not laughing. drainage issues here, like Shaw Cottage on Shiner Beg. Right, I've got no idea where Katie is. She's disappeared. She got accosted by a guide. That's the last I saw of her. That's a proper tour going on over there, so I can't really go over there while he's talking. Speak of the devil, I was just talking about you.
Where did you go? Where did you go?
I went up there.
Come and see this.
Do you know what? I don't think I've ever been somewhere so touristy as this. I mean, we tourists?
We're locals.
Exactly.
So they think these are the stables because of their situation close to the gatehouse. But I like this. I find this quite evocative. This is known as the Water Gate. And it would have been the only point of the castle which, during a siege, was accessible to get supplies in and out, because it could only be landed by boat down there by somebody who already knew the lay of the land, how to get there. But yeah, all of their supplies would have come in and out here, not over the drawbridge. And you find that a lot, in places on loch sides in Scotland. The land would have been heavily, heavily forested. It would have been hard eking out an existence and travelling by road in this environment. So people used the water. And you see it on Loch Tay with the Crannog, like living out on the water rather than on the land. So it was protective, but it was also a highway. You can see why the locals would have such a profound, deep respect for the water. A taker and giver of life at the same time.
Oh, they don't want you going down there, do they? Yeah, I walked down to the loch shore just over that side. It's a bit weird, isn't it? You want to see the colour of the water and the sky when I filmed the boat coming in. It's just spectacular over there at that point. It changes all the time, doesn't it?
It does. So we're right at the top of the hill now, and what we showed you earlier, it's called the Citadel. It's the oldest part of the castle, it's 1200s, in its stone inception anyway, but this site is known to have been inhabited way back into antiquity. They found very prominent, quite wealthy Pictish brooches here when they were digging. And this is thought to be the site where there was a fort in 565, where our good old friend from Iona, St Columba, came and visited.
Gets everywhere, doesn't he?
Got about, didn't he? Apparently he tamed the beast in the loch. It was about to bite the bottom of one of his mates, and he asked it not to, and it acquiesced to his request. They describe it as looking like a giant pike or sturgeon or something like that. But then there's another account, I think from the 1920s, where a local man is said to have seen it cross the road, and he described it as 15 to 20 foot long and something like a giant salamander. So there you go. Folks have seen it. That's all the locals say. I've not seen it. Other people have.
I'll capture it.
Well, keep an eye out.
I've got a net.
Who's a net?
No, I've got a net. Do you know what you said about St Columba? Or Columbus, as you call him. No, sorry, Colombo.
Colombo.
St Columbo, the great detective of the Middle Ages, early Middle Ages. He stopped the worm biting the bottom of a friend. Remind me of that episode of Father Ted.
What part in Father Ted?
Kicking Len.
Oh,
What's
Bishop Brennan.
Bishop Brennan.
Up the
Len
arse.
Brennan, up the arse.
That's right. I'm going to kick Bishop Brennan up the arse.
Can you see anything? No, I can't. But, just listen, wait a minute. There seems to be a very crude watercolour painting of a man in a bishop's hat. Really?
If anybody hasn't seen that episode of Father Ted, I really do think you should watch it.
One of my favourites is when they get lost in the lingerie department. What a brilliant
I like that
series.
one.
Anyway, turn round and have a look at this glorious loch. And all of it's 24 or 25 miles.
Black Tower came down sometime in the early 1700s when there was quite a severe storm. Well, that's it as well. Hell of a storm, yeah.
Right, we're going in the tower, aren't we? It's what they call a room with a view.
From this window, you can see the Jacobite cruises arriving and the pier. You could also see if your missus had picked up the milk yet at the Drumnadrochit Co-op. Get semi-skimmed! Always gets full fat.
How many Christmas trees out of 5? There's been the Christmas special with you give Urquhart Castle. Now we're coming to the end of it.
I think it's very good, isn't it?
I think it's 4.
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
I think Craigmillar Castle might get 5 out of 5 because it's just a bit more complete.
What castle?
Craigmillar. Edinburgh.
Oh.
I took you there.
No, I won't give that 5. 5 is I don't know.
What if they get free ice cream or something?
Bamborough. But I'm going to pick these because they're in Northumberland, or my favourite part of England, so it's kind of unfair. Warkworth, that's a great castle. Anyway, if you stand here with that camera on that lock long enough, you will be able to prove once and for all whether or not.
Right, well, you go and I'll wait here.
Would you make any changes?
No.
Where would you put your washing machine?
I think the washing machine is at the loch edge, isn't it?
No, like now. Where would you put your washing machine?
In that window there.
In the window. Tumble dryer?
You get a line out. Well, we're off to the top end of the loch now. We're going to go and fly the drone, aren't we?
Well, we can't fly the drone here, can we?
No.
Now that the sun has come out, I'm regretting my 2 scarf combo.
Overkill.
Yeah, I'm a bit warm now. But when we came out, it was winter, and now it's like spring. It's a beautiful sky over there now, sunshine.
It's a very nice backdrop behind you as well.
Well, still no sighting, but we'll get there eventually. I'd recommend coming here. It's a good, nice place. It's well done. It's expensive, but the level of tourism, so the amount of people, and not only that, did you find yourself getting accosted by the guides?
No.
Oh, I did. Like several times.
Must be your friendly face.
Yeah, of course. It's like this visage says, "Please come talk to me."
It's especially difficult for us readjusting to being around lots of people.
Oh, that's what it is. No, that is exactly what it is. Of course. I'm thinking to myself, look, these people are like me and you. They've come here just to look at the castle and have a fun day out. And I'm thinking, why am I like on edge? And it's that. It's exactly that. I'm not used to it. I've been in a situation where we've had like nobody around us for like 2 years, nearly 18 months. I thought why am I so like... That's exactly what it is. Okay. That'll do. Why didn't you carry on filming the boat coming in?
I was wondering when you'd notice.